Welcome to part 3 of how to make it as a DJ. This part is all about the content that you create. Content is one of the key things to becoming a successful working DJ. It's one of the things that will help you get those first gigs. It's also the things that will help you reach a bigger audience. We need to think about content as a regular thing. We don't just do it once, we do it multiple times and create it over and over again. Content can come in all shapes and sizes. Obviously, as being DJs, audio is our first point of call. We need to be able to record audio. That's the bare minimum. We need to be able to record our sets. Most softwares allow you to do this now. If you use CDJs in a mixer, you might have to get some external recording equipment or figure out how to hook it up to your laptop to then record a set. But that's the first thing we need to be able to do. We can take those audio recordings and upload them online. You've got popular services like Mixcloud and SoundCloud or even YouTube to host DJ mixes. Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, they're all great tools to host your content. Now, all of these different social medias work better for different types of content. If you want to just upload an image of you DJing, then Instagram might be a good place, or even Facebook. A Facebook page is like a timeline. It's a website that showcases what you're doing. It brings everything together. It's a link that you can send to people and they can see what you're about as a DJ. In the digital generation that we're in, and the fact that we all do it, we all sit and scroll through a newsfeed waiting for something to pop up that engages us. Usually that thing that pops up will be visual. So think about the visual content that you can create as a DJ. We want to capture an audience. Video mixes are very common and they're very popular, and it's a good way for you to showcase A, what you're capable of on your equipment and on your decks, and B, how confident you are at actually DJing. It also shows to potential promoters and bookers what kind of music you like to play, what you can do with that music. Are you right for their venue? Something I want you to always remember is you could be the best DJ in the world, but if nobody can see that and you don't show anybody that, then how are you ever going to get booked for a gig? Use the content you create to almost show off your skills, to show off what you're capable of. Be proud of what you've achieved so far. Showcase it to the world. Let's talk about some of the actionable things that you can do as a DJ to create interesting content. Rather than just create a mix with no concept to it, think about creating a series of mixes that has some sort of structure. For example, if you like a particular genre of music, why not pick different labels within that genre and do label mixes, half-an-hour mixes that encapture what a certain label is all about and the music that they release. Or you could do something if you're into, say, urban music. You could pick different urban artists and focus on the different urban artists and create mixes around those artists. Try and create a concept around the content that you're putting out to the world. By creating a story, it allows people to engage in it more. You could actually create a mix out of just instrumentals and acapellas. That's another concept that you could use to showcase your skills. Mixing acapellas is a skill, and that's a way of packaging it into an interesting concept. You want to keep your content regular and consistent. Try and set yourself targets so you make something interesting every single week. What kind of content can you create that will attract the people in your audience, the people on your social networks? The first thing you need to do is try and create that content to help you grow your reach. You want things that people will react to, they will share, comment, like, all of those things. That content needs to be engaging. The next thing to note is make sure the content you put out is relevant to the social media platforms that you use. There is no point creating an hour-long video mix to upload to Facebook. There is no chance that anybody scrolling through a newsfeed will sit on a video for an hour. It's bite-sized bits of information. 2 or 3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, maybe they'll watch the entire thing. But anything longer than that, it's 90% of the time they're going to lose interest. So if you want to create an hour-long mix, make it an audio mix and upload it to a music hosting streaming service. If you're going to create a video mix, make sure it's visual. Make sure it's engaging for the user that's watching it. Try and do something interesting and creative. Push the limits of the equipment that you've got and try and do something different with that controller or DJ equipment. One of my biggest tips out there for DJs is to think about what is trending. This is a really, really strong way to help grow your reach and grow your network. What's trending in the news? What's trending on social media? Does that trend have some sort of audio attached to it? As a DJ, we can play with audio. So if some viral hit has a catchphrase that people are using and sharing all over social media and people are talking about it non-stop, why not take that catchphrase, take that bit of audio, load it into your DJ equipment, into your DJ software, and see what you can do creatively with it. I guarantee if you create some sort of content around that viral trend, then when you put that content out, people are more likely to engage with this video, with this mix, with this piece of content that you have created. Because it's in social media, because it's a talking point at the moment, they will more likely click play on whatever you've just uploaded. Recently, we've just had the Super Bowl a few days ago. Now, I'm from the UK, I didn't watch it, but I do know that Lady Gaga performed in the halftime performance. That's because it was all over social media the following days. Now, how about as a DJ, what I would be thinking there is, okay, let's take loads of Lady Gaga tunes and try and do something creative with them, package it into a nice bit of bite-sized content and upload it, call it something like Gaga got Super Bowled. That will then have a way bigger reach with the general audience and the general audience that you have access to across social media. They'll be more intrigued and inclined to click play. Another point I want to just talk about briefly is perfection. It's good to be a perfectionist, but it can also hinder your progress as a DJ. Just remember, we're humans, we're not robots. If we were robots, we could probably make everything perfect, but we're humans and we're going to have some sort of human error, things that we do that aren't quite up to our standards, up to our scratch. Now, bear in mind when you're creating content, things might go slightly wrong. You've got to be happy with your product, but don't get too sucked into making this perfect thing and spending too long on something because it will drive you insane. I say this because it's too easy to get trapped in this cycle of never being the perfect DJ. None of us are the perfect DJ. So just bear that in mind. Be a perfectionist, but not too much of a perfectionist. As a final word, think of the content you create as a way to prove to managers, promoters, people that are potentially going to book you, that you are confident in your skills as a DJ and you are good at being a DJ. Think of content as being a regular way to interact with your audience, to interact with your network. Try and create content that will inspire action towards it. The more listens it gets, the more shares it gets, the more likes, the more comments, the more reach it gets. Therefore, your network and your profile grows more and more, putting you in front of even more potential promoters and managers. Content is key to becoming a successful working DJ. We need to keep it regular, we need to keep it consistent, and we need to keep it varied. Think of video, think of audio, even think of just images on Instagram. It all goes towards the package that you're creating for yourself as a DJ. I've put a link in the description below for a blog post on our website where I've created loads of actionable tips for you. Some stuff that I've talked about in this video and loads more. Things that you can be doing to help create interesting, interactive content. Head to the link now and check it out. Have fun creating some really cool content.